What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quisballinn, man, and I'm back with another video. And Ime Udoka has been ordered by the court to pay his ex Nia Long $32,000 a month in child support. And this is just alarming to me when I came across this headline. I mean, 32K a month? That's an expensive breakup. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article. This is coming from People. It says here, Nia Long's custody battle with ex Ime Udoka has been finalized. The actress and the NBA coach have reached a settlement regarding custody over their 12-year-old son, Kez, following the pair's split in 2022. According to court documents obtained by People, Nia Long is set to receive 32 bands a month in child support from Udoka. The former couple will continue to share joint custody, but Long will have sole physical custody with reasonable visitation for Udoka. The reason given per the documents is Udoka's need to travel with his team, the Houston Rockets, during and around NBA season. The stipulation reads Udoka shall have reasonable visitation with his son, which may take into consideration his son's schedule and concerns, but shall not prevent or interfere with his son's visitation with Udoka. Udoka is responsible for paying any travel for his son to visit him while on the road, as well as his nanny, who will transport him between his parents on such occasions. The filing came 8 months after Long and Udoka ended their 13-year relationship in December 2022. The couple had been engaged since 2015, welcomed their son in 2011. The split followed the former Boston Celtics head coach suspension last September for an alleged affair Udoka had with a female subordinate within the team's organization. I'm going to just leave it right there. Man, now I've never been in no situation like this, but I got to think, man, he might be regretting this decision. That infamous situation that we all saw play out in front of us, right in front of our eyes, where he was let go by the Boston Celtics, which, by the way, he had success over there. It was off to a great start, and that was cut short all because the man couldn't keep his meat in his pants. And, when you talk about marriage and things of this nature, just got to be smarter. Just got to be smarter, man, because 32K a month in child support. Somebody please explain this to me. I need to understand this. How do they come up with this number? How do they come up with this amount? So it's just solely based on what you make, and they go and they take a percentage of that, and that applies to every male that's going through a child support situation. Because how I'm looking at this, in what world does a child need 32,000 a month to be taken care of? Now let's just ignore how much his salary is and all of this, how much he makes. I'm just looking at what it truly takes to raise a child per month. Does 32K seem a bit excessive to you? Now, I'm not here saying that the kid doesn't deserve or anything like that. I'm just saying, how do they come up with these numbers and say that this is fair? I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just questioning because this is what I do. I ask questions. If I get a good answer, I get a good answer. But for now, I'm just asking my questions, my thoughts, and see what happens a lot of the time when a man has to pay a certain amount a month. The woman is eating off that a lot of the time. And that's not to say that she shouldn't be, but I thought it was called child support. And that's where the issue comes in. You're funding the child's expenses, things they may need, diapers, clothes, food, shelter. And A lot of times the women, they aren't being overseen with how they spend the money because they are over the money once the father hands it over. It's not like the little infant, the little baby is going to receive the funds and go buy their own diapers, their own toys. No, it's given to the mother, and the mother divvies up the funds how she sees fit. And a lot of the time she get her eyes on that money and it start looking real good, especially when you hate the father, especially when you had a public breakup that was embarrassing, that was heartbreaking, and you hold animosity towards this man for doing that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this happens to men of lower status and lower earning income. Hell, it's probably some men that only make 32K in a year. And I bet you still see situations where all the money, and it's not a lot, but all of the money he's handing over is not being used properly. And I hope we can figure out a way to fix this system and get it all fair. But I'm not going to totally blame the system. I have some sense about me. You always got to look at what you did and how your actions got it to this point. So, Emmy, Mr. Udoka, if you wouldn't have screwed up, you wouldn't be paying 32K a month in child support. Because whether it's fair or unfair, your mess up is what led to this whole thing. And this is what I'm trying to tell men. We got to stop having these babies. We got to stop getting married. If we're not ready to do what it takes to sustain both of those decisions, that's all I'm saying, man. I want everybody to live happy, make their money, spend their money how they want. But when you lock yourself into a situation, you can't quickly run out of it and try to go back to what things were. That's why you have to think before you lock yourself into certain situations. And that's why men can't be led with their private parts. And we're all learning this, man. I'm not sitting here speaking like I'm perfect. We're all learning this, but I use these celebrities as examples to help us down here at the bottom figure this thing out. And we can learn from example and we can dodge that pothole because we just seen the car in front of us hit it and wreck their vehicle. And now they're in the F ton of trouble. And so we want to swerve and we want to avoid that so we don't go through what that car ahead of us just went through. But I can't believe this man is paying 32K a month in child support. And I'm trying to think, if I was him, I'm sorry, at this point, I would have some sort of regret in my mind by making that decision to have relations with someone a part of my old team's organization. It got you fired. It got headlines all over the world, all over the internet, and you lost a woman that was financially stable, a celebrity, and now you giving her even more money. And I'm sure you don't care about that because it's your child and you would love to see your child taken care of. But at the end of the day, you're gonna do it because you have to. But I'm sure this is not something you're like, yeah, sign me up. I would love to be giving 32 bands away a month. So, best of luck to both of these individuals. I hope the child is not affected by this breakup, by this situation. And I just hate to see another situation where a child has to bounce in between two parents. But this is the reality of the world we live in. It feels like now almost 80, 90% of children are being raised with parents that live in different households, whether it be good or bad. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. That is not a statistical fact, just based on what I see around the world and on the internet. So, Emmy was able to land a job with Houston. Hopefully, he can get that team to the heights that he plans on reaching. And I hope Nia Long can move forward with her life, and I hope their child will have a great life as well. And he's going to start off having a great life receiving that 32K a month. But that's all I got for this one. I want y'all to drop down in the comments, man, and let me know. What do y'all think about Ime Udoka being court ordered to pay 32K a month in child support, all because he couldn't control his meat? Do you think that amount is too much, or do you think it's fair? What will be your message to men that may find themselves in a situation like this in the future? Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's checking out the videos. And hey, I'm out of here. Peace.